cheated plenty of times in my life, by the way, but I'm a reformed cheater. I would never do it again. Sometimes if it's gonna be a one-off thing and you sleep with someone one time and then you'll never cheat again and like you don't ever talk to that person again.
So as a reformed cheater.
It's a little bit different.
That's acceptable?
No, it's not acceptable, but like it's more understandable, you know?
Is it though?
I don't know, I kind of think everyone deserves a one-time cheat in their relationship or marriage. Just a one time.
I disagree. If you're engaged, it's still on the table for you.
The one-time cheat. It's called the one-time cheat. There's no emotions. It's like you never hear from that person again. But when you're married, absolutely not.
Got it.
Unless you're 10 years into it.
Oh gosh. I mean, you're so okay. 10 years in.
You guys are bored. Can you open the relationship?
Now after 10 years of marriage, you
wow, that shit is wild. Yeah? And can you believe this chick has got a podcast? Now, don't let this shit piss you off, those of you that are in a good, healthy relationship with good women, yeah? Because I know it's easy to relate this shit to your own shit, but not everyone's like this. But just be aware that there are chicks like this out there, and be aware of your female being around women like this, because for every group of 10 females, yeah, for every group of 10 female friends, there's at least one of them that's got the mentality of this crazy ass chick right here, yeah? And it's infectious and it's contagious. This mindset is spreading like wildfire in this sexually liberated feminist culture that we're living in right now, yeah? So just be aware. Not every chick is dumb like this chick, yeah? But this mindset is like a disease in our society, yeah? So we just got to be aware. And can you believe this chick said all this with a straight face? It's wild out here, man. It's wild out here. Imagine what her boyfriend's thinking watching this. Imagine what her future husband is going to think when he watches this shit. And that's what these girls got to remember, that when they say mad, crazy stuff like this online, it stays here forever, yeah? So you're going to be held accountable for that shit. Anyway, let's carry on. Right, what I'm going to show you next is a prime example of a female narcissist, yeah? And an example of how toxic mothers can have such a bad impact on their children by their irresponsible and selfish choices, yeah? And how they lack accountability, yeah? Basic accountability, and play the victim, yeah, at every opportunity. Now, this interview was conducted by Kevin Samuels, the late Kevin Samuels. God bless his soul. May he rest in eternal love and peace. A lot of people had problems with Kevin Samuels, especially women, but it was clear to me that Kevin Samuel was crusading and fighting for families to stay together and to stop people getting divorced, and that getting people to marry their equal, yeah? And not have such high expectations and standards of your partner. Fight for your marriage, work through it, and for women not to be so quick to jump ship on a husband that they chose and chose to have kids with and chose to commit to. Anyway, let's have a look.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I always ask, how old are you?
32.
All right. So, what are we discussing today?
Okay. All right. I want to discuss. I was in a relationship for 10 years.
Okay.
With my son's father, and he was 10 years older than me at the time, right? So I was 21. Yeah, I'm born in 88, and he's born in 77.
Okay.
And basically, I wasn't ready at the time to be in a relationship.
You were ready to be in marriage or relationship?
Well, marriage, because he was ready to, you know. And so I cheated a lot in the beginning. Okay. And then I ended up leaving him after the 10 years because he cheated once and I couldn't get over it. And I haven't been able to get a solid relationship since then. And I don't know. This means
do you have any children?
Yes, I have 2.
Were they from the guy in the 10-year relationship?
Yes, I planned the child with him and everything because I felt bad, you know, about how...
No, I'm just trying to understand. Both of the children you had from him?
Oh, no, I had a child after I left him.
Okay, so you were together with him from age 20, from what to what?
From age 20 to 30, I guess.
30, and you're how old, 32?
Yeah.
So you had a child with him and then a child after him.
Yes. The child after him was like a revenge thing. I was upset. Yeah. Okay, right. And I had a child by his cousin.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah. I'm sorry for those of you watching if you feel that if this triggers any emotional trauma. You know, I will say now, sorry, I should have said before, but viewer discretion is advised. Women like this are extremely, extremely dangerous and damaging and cause untold generational trauma. Yeah, she's admitted that she cheated numerously by a man that she chose to have kids with. Then he cheated once. She couldn't handle it, so she left the relationship and then went with his cousin. And out of revenge, she had a child. Make it make sense. I beg you. Yeah? So it's a pure act of selfishness. Yeah? You had a child out of revenge. Yeah? That's the kind of demon time these women are running on these days. Yeah? Anyway, let's carry on.
So your ultimate question is what?
My question is, I'm trying not to be salty towards like all men, and I'm trying
Why should you be salty? I mean, ma'am, no disrespect, but what you just said is you told a story where you were a young woman dealing with a man who had you, and for 10 years you were fucking around. He cheats one time.
No, not the whole 10 years.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 10 years, 3 years, and 5 years, you were cheating a lot.
Yeah.
He cheats one time, then you decide to get salty and leave. And then you leave, and then on the way out, you screw his cousin and have a baby with him.
Well, it's not like his blood.
And I'm just getting the story right, man.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to figure out how not to get salty with men. That's basically what you said.
Well, yeah, I don't think I explained it right, but
I don't. Okay, the facts are right. The facts are right.
The facts are right, yeah.
Okay, then why should you even be in a relationship with anybody?
I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out. I need to just work on myself right now, baby.
Well, I mean, do you have a son or a daughter?
My son is 11, and my daughter is 2.
So if your son came in and said, "Hey, Mom, you know the woman I've been with for 10 years? Yeah. You know the mother of my child? Yeah. She been cheating on me for 4 or 5 years in the relationship, and I just took it.
It was not
then
that
I did just, and then one time I slipped and cheated on her. She decided to leave me and took my.
Yo, this shit is so sad. What a mess. She's got a son. She's got an 11-year-old son. You know, she's got a young. She's gonna raise a man. Women like this are raising men. Men that then go out into our society with all types of trauma and hatred and resentment for women. It's no wonder some men turn out serial killers and turn into and go out into the world and have such toxic relationships with women and destructive relationships with women. And she's sitting there smiling like it's a joke. Like it's a joke. Look at her face. Look at her eyes. Look at those eyes. Look at those dark eyes. It's like staring into a black hole. It's like staring into a void of the abyss. There's nothing there. It's empty. Yeah? This is what a life of promiscuity will do. It will snatch a woman's soul. She can't bond. And now she's saying she's salty with men. It's impossible for her to bond or pair bond with a man because she's been ran through by too many demons. Yeah? She's finished. She's done out here. She's soulless. She's empty. Empty vessel. Not willing to accept any accountability, not willing to accept any responsibility for the pain that she's caused people. Going through life hurting people without a care in the world. And for the first time in her life, she's going to be held accountable. She's going to have someone here telling her what the fuck she's been doing. Yeah? Let's carry on.
Yeah.
And then on the way out the door, she fucked my cousin and got pregnant by him.
I feel like if he didn't want to stay with me in the midst of the cheating, he should have left me.
Man,
you know, he stayed with me. The impression
okay, where's your father at?
My father is still with my mom. They're still married.
Mm-hmm. And how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Mm-hmm. Ma'am, the way you describe this, you're a horrible person.
I'm working on it.
No, you're not. Because
Yes,
you're still you're still making excuses on this call. You said that if he didn't want to stay with me after cheating, he should have left. You have absolutely no accountability. You fucked around on this man, and you're saying that instead of him cheating around on you, he should have left you because you were cheating.
Yeah, I feel like he made me feel under the impression that we were going to.
He didn't make you feel shit. You are in charge of your own feelings. See, that's what I mean. You're a grown woman sitting here lacking any accountability, blaming somebody else. And understand something.
No, I want to take accountability.
Ma'am, you haven't. No. Okay. Well, the first way you take accountability is stop making excuses. What you did was absolutely horrible. You screwed his cousin? I don't care how young you were. I don't care. You weren't young. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean right here. I said, stop making excuses and look at what you do.
Okay.
You turn around and say, I was young. You weren't young. Your youngest is 2. Of all the dicks in the world, why'd you have to go to his cousin?
Well, his cousin was actually the one who introduced us. I knew the cousin first, so.
They didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
No, I want to answer to my question.
The pregnancy wasn't planned, you know. It just.
What was my question?
Why did I have to go to his cousin? I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know.
Because you knew it would hurt him.
I guess.
You guess?
But it wasn't purpose.
No, ma'am. Stay right here. Stay right here. He cheated on you one time and you decided to leave and take the child. And on the way out the door, you had sex with his cousin. Out of the millions of penises in the world, you chose his cousin.
After we broke up. We were broken up after the cousin happened.
Modern women, y'all. This is a woman talking about taking accountability.
I am taking accountability, Kevin.
No, you're not. No, you're not, man. No, you're not. You haven't said the least bit of remorse. And I said, if after y'all broke up, why'd you have to screw his cousin? Because we haven't even got to the bigger part. Why'd you have to screw his cousin and have his baby?
I did try. I mean, I'm not going to get into the full details of the pregnancy, but it happened, you know.
It happened. No, ma'am, you happened. You happened.
Look at that nonchalant look in her eyes. Look at those eyes, yeah? Not a care in the world, yeah? She's sitting there smirking, knowing that she's caused all that pain. She had her child out of revenge from her husband's cousin, which she cheated on her husband with, yeah? That was solely designed to cause as much hurt and pain as possible. But not only that, you've created a life. You created a life out of all that bullshit, yeah? And there's no accountability. You're sitting there smiling. Take a good look at those eyes, guys. Take a good look at those eyes, if you can even call them eyes, yeah? That is a true narcissist, yeah? And there's a spiritual element to it as well, because That's demonic. That bitch has got a wicked spirit in her, man. Yeah. And the world is oversaturated with creatures like this, yeah? And we wonder why there's so many broken people walking around when they're coming out of creatures like this. And there's nothing wrong with having demons. Because you can help people that take accountability and responsibility for the shit they do. But this creature here is sitting there smiling and laughing. No, not a care in the world. This is wickedness, straight up wickedness. Look at those eyes. Look at that face. I can feel the energy coming from it. You can feel the dark energy coming out the screen. You can see she's surrounded by darkness, a very dark aura. And there's plenty of people like this out there. You guys got to be equipped to read auras and read energy. Because I'm surprised that a man would even put his penis in something like this. Let alone impregnate it. I mean, how much low self-esteem and self-respect must you have to even consider even touching one of these creatures? Seriously. You men got to raise your standards. Like, men have to raise your fucking standards, man. And stop putting your dick anywhere, yeah? Stop being so thirsty, stop being so desperate, and raise your fucking standards, yeah? Anyway, let's carry on.
You chose this. You chose to go try to hurt this man. But here's the thing. Why am I being so harsh? Because you're somebody's mother. You broke up a family and you made a baby out of spite. I said it 5 minutes ago. You're a horrible person.
No, that baby was not out of spite. Like, that baby was really an accident. It was not a planned pregnancy.
No, the fuck was out of spite.
Well, I wasn't thinking about him at the time. We were broken up, so...
So, you weren't thinking about him at the time. So, the fact that it was his cousin didn't enter into the equation at all.
No, I mean, they're not blood cousins. You know, they just grew up together. But like I said, I knew him first, so I didn't really think I was doing anything bad at the time. But now when I'm looking back at it, that's why I'm, trying to get some advice on the situation.
You have no character, man. And I need you to, and as I'm keep twisting the knife is because I'm trying to get through to you. Everything I ask you, you deflect, you minimize, you make an excuse for. Women like you, people like you don't need to be dealing with people. You're dangerous. Now, the man that you left is your son's father, right?
Yes.
You wrecked your son's family. It's all about you. Are you familiar with what a narcissist is?
Yes. But I'm not trying to be a narcissist anymore. I'm trying to change.
No. You don't just stop. No. That's not something you can do just yourself. It's like if you're dead serious, which I'm going to use this whether you're serious or not, you need to stop dealing with all men. And you need intensive psychotherapy. You're a mother. Put your vagina on lock. Prioritize your children and your mental state.
I've been through a lot of trauma not to get...
I don't give a shit.
And I really don't like...
I don't care about your trauma.
Me, my trauma. I'm traumatized. I've been through a lot. It's all about me. Even though I caused all the bullshit around me, even though I been a hoe, even though I had a baby out of wedlock, even though I'm a no good, dirty narcissist, it's all about my trauma. You see, this is the mentality of a narcissist. Yeah, they can only see it from their point of view. They only care about what they feel. Yeah. And she already said she grew up in a 2-parent household. Her mum and dad are together. So what's your excuse? It goes to show that not everyone that comes from a stable family is necessarily going to turn out mentally stable. Some people are just wicked. Some people are just evil. You're there talking about trauma. I ain't hearing you talk about no childhood trauma. I ain't heard you talk about no trauma from that you've been through. The only thing trauma that I've heard you speak about is that you got cheated on once after you was being a flea-bitten hoe. So I don't know what to make of this creature. It's all smiles and laughter. You know what I mean? Who knows? Lyrics, carry on.
See, I always bring up the trauma when you can't coddle her ass.
No, what I'm saying is that
But you've been through a lot of trauma. Get the kids to their fathers and go somewhere.
I know, but
give your daughter to the cousin. Why you keep stroking that thing? It ain't yours.
It doesn't matter. I can stroke it.
You can stroke it. You can pet it. You can set that shit on fire.
Man said you can set that shit on fire, you know. Why you keep stroking that shit? It ain't yours. Nah, Kevin Samuel was savage, yeah. Dude was a straight up savage, man. You know what I mean? You can set that shit on fire. Ah, shit. Listen, man. I know sisters, listen, I'm not trying to hear, it's not an attack, this video is not about an attack on sisters' weave, yeah? But that's a nervous pet. She's nervous. She knows that she's being held accountable for the first time in her flipping flea-bitten life. So she's petting up, you know what I mean? It's all petting up that, yep. You know what I mean? Maybe try and get a bit of clout, draw some attention to the beta men watching this. The beta simp men, you know what I mean? Look at my weave. Come get me. Come get me. Yeah. You come get some of this wave. Because there's always a chump out there that would simp for these type of females, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? They know the weave pet will draw in the weasels, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's carry on.
Nervous tick. Someone's calling you out. Boy, somebody's calling your funkin' ass out, and now you're showing who you really are.
So, like I was saying, I don't like men, and I don't have respect for them. I think that's the problem.
I don't give a shit. We don't respect you. Give your daughter to the cousin, your son to the father, and go do whatever the hell you do. Who cares if you like men? Men would prefer you to go away. Nobody needs to deal with this shit.
I wish that were true.
No, go give your kids up. Buy a dog, die alone. You ain't got to deal with nobody. And the world will be a better place.
I try not to deal with people, trust me.
But you still are over 2 kids.
Well, I can't help my kids. They came along the way, so.
Yeah, you're right. You can't help your kids. You can't, because you can't help yourself. Why you keep petting this shit? It's like, I don't know why you have this, it's like a nervous habit. Like, I'm going to just keep petting it.
It's the first time I've been on somebody's live, so I'm going to pet it just to make sure my hair looks good. Regardless.
That's not your hair. That's not your hair.
You can't stop the petting, so.
It's not your hair. It's not your hair. It's a nervous tail. See, and guys, you don't seem to understand it. She's reacting to somebody finally showing her mirror to herself. That's what she's doing. Women like this normally run, but she realized she has to do something right now. She's stuck between being on Instagram Live in front of people, not knowing how to react, and really wanting help. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
I don't do nothing.
Exactly. Accept reality. Accept reality. Accept reality.
I am.
You're a horrible person.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this video. That's a prime example of a female narcissist, yeah? And the thing is, yeah, it's the guys that give these women leverage to do what they do that should be held accountable the most, because you guys need to raise your standards. Don't be going with your friends or your cousin's ex-wife and then knocking her up as well. That's weasel behavior, that's snake behavior, and that's low level, low vibrational, low level beta behavior. Yeah, stop simping for these type of women. Yeah, raise your standards, man. Because how can we hold these women accountable when it's you guys chasing them and going up in these type of women? Yeah? Of all the females in the world, why would you knock up something like this? You know what I mean? Men have no honor. Men lack honor, they lack integrity. Yeah? They lack self-respect. Yeah? And this is one of the main problems with this whole female. We as men breed these female narcissists by giving them clout and giving them leverage to do this. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Please hit the like, subscribe button and look out for my next video, yeah? Peace, blessings, one.